All right, folks, we're back. We're live. Here we go. We're going to continue the series that I've actually began talking about earlier about understanding what skills are required in this new age of AI and automation. And if you remember, I was talking about the skills that, jobs are going to be lost to AI, automation is coming. So, what are the skills that are going to be required going forward? And those skills are critical thinking skills. I covered that in a previous slide, but we all know that critical thinking is going to be key to us and understand the biases of our data and how to synthesize and understand what is going on is critical. Remember, critical thinking isn't about looking and solving problems. So, critical thinking, complex problem solving. We're going to talk about complex problem solving today. And what does that actually mean? Everyone says they're a critical thinker. Everyone says they're great at complex problem solving. Data literacy, understanding what to do with all this great data that we see being collected nowadays is crucial, right? How do we take it? How do we synthesize it? What do we do with that data? Data analytics, analyzing data is becoming increasingly more important as other jobs are becoming eliminated because of AI and automation. These are the jobs that are going to be critical. Innovation as well. Innovation is going to be key. How do we purposefully and intently develop products and services that clients are going to want, especially with all this new technology that's coming out. It is amazing the things that we can do. And then last but least, another skill that everyone likes to boast about having, strategic thinking. We're going to cover strategic thinking in a different situation and different slide. I think that is probably one of the biggest skills that most people claim to have, but come on, give me a break. We know that's not really the case. So why don't we start getting into this topic that we just started, this understanding these new skills. So I put together again a little presentation for us, nothing fancy. What are the skills in demand in the age of AI and automation? Again, those critical thinking skills, complex problem solving. That's what we're talking about today. Data literacy, understanding data, how to get data, what it means. Data analytics. Data analytics includes statistical thinking. I am surprised at the lack of statistical acumen in a lot of people. Uh, Innovation. Again, how do we have a method, a structured approach to creating innovation? What do we do with all the new great stuff that's in the marketplace? AI is just and automation is just doing wonderful jobs and create. We have all these apps to do all these things. What do we do with it? And how do we improve the effectiveness and efficiency of our organizations, our lives, our children's lives, and so on? And then, of course, my favorite topic, strategic thinking, right? I love talking about strategic thinking, doing a not a SWOT analysis, but a Porter model analysis, a pestle analysis, a SWOT analysis, the blue ocean strategy, scenario planning, all those great things I absolutely love doing and getting involved in. So the impact of automation is undeniable, right? We have these advancements in technology. It's reshaping our lives, our jobs. Think about what it's doing in the marketplace right now. Project management jobs are being automated and out the window. Accounting, bookkeeping, automation is wiping those jobs out. The legal industry, anything where middle management is involved and just following rules is going to be really greatly reduced. Also, the imaging capability of AI, right? You can take a picture of thing, analyze it. It's going to have significant impacts in pharma and in healthcare. I'm looking forward to all this stuff. You know, I love pharma and healthcare. These traditional roles that we've talked about in middle management and white collar jobs being wiped out. Just think of the benefits to non-value added activities. Just think of like government type work. If we were to embrace AI and automation, just think about how we can reduce costs. Even the chatbots. I've taken huge advantage of the chatbots, uploaded all my knowledge, around strategy, around Lean Six Sigma, around AI, and I've uploaded into my chat bots, and I can query it and ask it questions, and it responds quickly and correctly. So we need to figure out how we're going to adapt to these new skills, right? Adapt to this new age of AI. It's undeniable. It's here. Every job is affected by it, and some jobs are actually going to be wiped out. So let's think about what is complex problem solving. Again, you'll hear everyone talk about I'm a good problem solver, but when we think about complex problem solving, we're tackling these difficult, multifaceted issues, right? That are at the essence that haven't been solved before, and these environments that we're typically dealing in are unpredictable. They're dynamic, and complex problem solving involves a lot of creativity, systems thinking, and these adaptive strategies. I would argue there are methodologies that exist today, such as in the Lean Six Sigma world, there's this DMAIC methodology: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Those are great tools to help us solve complex problems. But unless we're critical thinkers, we're not solving anything, because we know to be critical thinkers, we have to be open to other ideas, open to our biases. I have biases, you have biases. We need to be able to challenge those biases and think outside the box and have people challenge us so that we're coming up with the best possible solution. I see it all the time. People have pet solutions, pet problems, and that's what we go after and address. And that's not solving a problem. We're putting a band aid or we're hiding from it. So, complex problem solving is going to be a key skill. AI can't do that for us. We're going to identify these problems. We need to be able to define them, objectively define them. We need to be able to objectively measure it. And that includes using statistics. Statistical knowledge and statistical know how is going to be critical, and we're going to analyze it for root causes, and we have to analyze it and think about broad potential causes that exist in the marketplace, that exist within our processes, that challenge our norms, that challenge our mores. Those might be part of the problem, but then we need a structured approach to narrow it down to a critical few items that we're going to address, develop those great innovative solutions, right? Remember, innovation is one of those new skills, not new, it's an old skill actually, but a skill that's going to be in high demand. So it's going to take a lot of creativity, greater systems thinking, and greater adaptive strategies. And the beautiful thing is, there is so much data out there. We're collecting this data, we're massaging this data, we can analyze this data and really drill in to critical root causes and solve some of the most complex problems out there. I've written these chat GPTs that challenge my bias, that ask contradictory statements, that really do a good job of enabling me to think more broadly and be a detailed, complex problem solver. I'll challenge myself and say, here's what I think the problem is. Here's my bias. How can you help me? What biases, what blind spots do I have so I can develop and identify the most critical aspects of this problem so I can appropriately address it. A great tool. So again, I want to recap real quick. In the age of AI and automation, critical thinking, which I covered in the previous video, is going to be enormous. And I know you think you have it, but you need to go back, watch that video, take a look. And then this complex problem solving, that's always going to be in demand. So while critical thinking focuses on reasoning and decision making, complex problem solving is managing, innovating, and addressing and identifying systematic issues, system-wide issues that exist in an organization, and it's going to require a high level ability to make decisions and innovate and potentially disrupt industries. I have a product right now. I'm not going to share it with you. I keep it in my back pocket, but it can write a SaaS app for you like that. I This product is amazing. It's on my desktop and it spawns all these other agents, and I can do the most incredible research. I can ask it to challenge existing problems and norms, and it will do so. Why is complex problem solver so rare? Everyone's a complex problem solver, right? Everyone's going to claim I'm a critical thinker. I'm data driven. I'm a complex problem solver. I'm a strategic thinker. But please give me a break, right? Work with me here, folks, right? To be a good problem solver, you have to have critical thinking skills, which is challenging, right? Because it often involves challenging our own belief system. It requires this skill set and multiple disciplines of synthesizing information, looking at information, analyzing that information, developing those solutions, and the change management aspect of it. We cannot underestimate the change management of trying to get people to change and operate differently. There is no problem or no system that is so poor that someone doesn't like it the way it is. But we need to think beyond that. And personally, you have to think beyond this too, because your jobs are at stake. Let's not kid ourselves. Our jobs are at stake. We are at the risk of AI and automation. Imagine my little chatbot that I created. It's like having a little Dan over your shoulder looking at you saying, "Hey, by the way, you should consider this. Hey, by the way, you should consider that." Which brings me to another point, prompt engineering. I hear a lot of people say AI, garbage in, garbage out. It doesn't give me the right answers. If you don't know how to write a good prompt and ask ChatGPT, Claude, Llama, whichever Gemini Pro, I have them all. If you can't ask it a good question, you're not going to get a good response. Whereas most people are kind of standoffish in the academic world about using ChatGPT. I think it's the beautiful tool to understand critical thinkers. I can look at somebody's prompts and see what their responses are and quickly determine if they're a critical thinker just by how they're asking the questions and the logic that they flow. And I bet you can too. So I challenge you, if you're going to be a complex problem solver, you need to know how to write good prompts, right? If you think AI and automation is going to knock you out of the workforce, you have to become a critical thinker. You have to become a complex problem solver. And that includes having the ability to use AI to help you think through these problems. So why is it, you know, or how do we become great problem solvers, right? Well, we need to stay relevant in this job market, understanding what's going on. I am all over the AI and automation websites and YouTube channels, trying to keep up to this. Remember, I got involved in Chat GPT right before it got released to the public. So I was already understanding how to write prompts, understanding how to use it, right? Already thinking about, of course, thinking about what are the risks. There's a People say there's a lot of risks that it's going to give you the wrong answer. At least if ChatGPT or one of these AI tools gives you the wrong answer, it's gonna consistently give you the wrong answer. And what makes you think that a person has better decision-making skills, right? You think about it. People have biases. People have their own heuristics, their own little rules of thumb that may or may not be right. So we need to ensure that we're leading these innovations rather than being replaced by them. You should see the AI bots that I've written. You should see the Chat GPT prompts that I've written that are absolutely mind blowing. If you're a consultant, just think about it. I wrote this strategy bot that you can put in the company, the industry, the location, and it will do a Porter's 5 force. It'll do a 5 forces model. It will do a pestle analysis on it. It will do a blue ocean strategy. It'll do a SWOT analysis. It'll do scenario planning and then give you a detailed report about that industry or that company. Just think about going into an organization and saying, "Hey, I want to help you out." And you have all this background knowledge just like that. Also, we need to develop this resilience. This job market is going to throw many people for loops. And I don't think there's going to be any way of protecting people from AI and automation. I know there's all sorts of people are concerned about it. They don't trust it. I don't want to have my data in the cloud. Guess what? If you're on the government payroll, if you have government healthcare, your data's in the cloud already. We know that that data has been released. And who can you trust more? Can you trust someone someone else in an organization with your data, or can you put it hopefully on a secure server where we can probably trace it back from knuckleheads that's trying to pursue it? So I think as we move forward, we need to consider these schools skills, and I'm going to say them again. In the age of AI and automation, where everyone's job is at risk, where automation is going to wipe out jobs in masses, and we don't want to dig ditches with spoons, right? We use machinery for that. It's just the natural evolution. We need to develop better critical thinking skills. And I know you think you have them, but please spare me. We need to develop complex problem solving skills. I've seen it repeatedly where people are throwing pet solutions at pet problems and not digging in. We need to have better data literacy. Data is around us. The people that can gather that data, merge the data, join the data, and then analyze it are going to be way ahead of the curve. And then how do we take advantage of this innovation that's around us? And how are we more innovative in the products that we deliver and that we deliver and provide our clients? I have tens of ideas around how to build SaaS apps, how to build these automation apps that are absolutely mind blowing, right? But you have to prioritize what you're doing and where you're going. So I think that if you start to develop these skills, and you have to do so now, AI, AI is yesterday's news. Who knows what's coming out? We have the AI agents where and you're gonna ask AI a question, it's gonna spawn 10 other agents and do a job. I've seen it. I've seen demos of this product. I'm experimenting with some. So I urge you, if you're concerned about AI and automation, you're not stopping that train, people. You are not stopping that train. You need to figure out how to get on that train, lead the train, and use it to your advantage. Otherwise, you're going to fall victim and prey to AI. So that's what I have for you. I just wanted to give another quick update on things that I've been thinking about. This is what's in my little mind here, and I want to share it with you. And I hope you appreciate it and take it to heart. Right? You need to develop these skills to be relevant in today's day and time. And I cannot stress that enough. I think government employees, unless we have some sort of protection program for them, they're at higher risk. Anything that's rules based or simple decision making is ripe for automation. And I hope you agree. If you don't agree, I challenge you to to think about your own biases and think that if you can put that genie back in the bottle, because it's not. It's not going back in the bottle, and too many of us are developing these fantastic techniques to use it. So just want to do a quick little live update. I hope you appreciate it. There's more coming. Whatever they say, like, subscribe, follow, do so because I will probably put out another video tomorrow, if not Saturday, on data literacy and data analytics. Oh man, I love that stuff. And just think about it. With the new data analysis tools, you can create a process that's repeatable, reproducible, and automate your data. You should see the stuff I've done with my data automation tools. Absolutely amazing. So I hope you have a good day, folks. Don't lose any sleep. Develop those skills. Develop your critical thinking skills. Develop your complex problem solving. Data literacy is key for everyone. Data analytics has always been key. Innovation and the strategic thinking. Come on. I love it when people tell me I'm data driven and I'm a strategic thinker and they can yet they can't answer the most simple questions. So have a great day, my friends, and peace out. We'll see you soon. Ciao.